So then we get into our ballad, that middle slow production, where we found a tune called "Where Is My Mind," originally written by a band called the Pixies, but it's had some very wonderful different reimaginations, reinterpretations. Specifically, what we're going to look at is from the movie Sucker Punch, from the soundtrack there, which is just a beautiful, haunting take on this original tune. And we want to get into this spot where the individual realizes that they've got the left brain and they've got the right brain, and that this is all part of themselves, and trying to come to terms with what does it mean to have logic and order and structure. What does it mean to have the creative impulse to want to break out of the boundaries, and are we necessarily stuck into you can do this or you can do that, or do we have this spot within us where we're able to embrace both? And as an individual, as the individual artist, we can have structure, we can have creativity, we can have order, we can have the abstract, and move back and forth between these two ideas. And through the piece, we've got these beautiful structures and the musical elements that'll let us explore both a little bit of structure and a little bit of creativity. But really, it's all about the introspection here in this middle movement.
Yeah, I think this piece is really, I think it's really going to start tying the whole show together. You know, the opener being the left side, the second movement being the right side. This is really when the two start to blend and you start to feel conflict, kind of the identity crisis that I think everybody goes through is, you know, I like numbers, but I want to be creative, or I really want to paint, but I do this, and I don't want to always be on time, but I want to be spontaneous. It's that identity crisis that comes from logic and creativity kind of clashing in your own mind. And so on the field, what we're going to see is that boundary that divides the field between left and right kind of get tested. So the unique instruments that are on the creative side maybe start drifting across that boundary into the logical side, and maybe a hard cornered drill, square, rectangle, whatever starts to drift over into the creative, and the line itself begin to fluctuate and move and not be such a hard boundary anymore. And we're really going to feel the push and pull as you kind of come to your own, as you kind of begin to understand that I am not one, I am not the other. What is it then? Exactly what am I in this case? So I find it, I think it's going to get very deep, and I think it's going to be really, really nice to see the exploration of that, to see how they kind of pull together.